In a previous video, we went over some of the many reasons why social media is so beneficial within healthcare. Your patients are already using it, so you can further educate them and reach a wider audience through these social platforms. It's also cost-effective and gives you a chance to show off your organization's success through testimonials and things like that. Pretty exciting, right? Well, before you dive right into using social media as a healthcare organization, there are some disadvantages to note before you do this. Hi everyone, I'm Matt Moneypenny, and today I'm going to give you things you should consider before using social media within healthcare. But before we get started, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button below. While you're down there, you might as well hit that alert bell icon next to it so that when we post new helpful content, you get notified. The first talking point to consider is the security risk involved. More online accounts could make you more susceptible to a cybersecurity attack without the right protection. In the first half of 2018, over 56% of the 4.5 billion compromised data records were from social media incidents. It's important that your organization has proper security in place to prevent attacks. Don't share passwords of these accounts, and make sure to sign out of them in case any devices become lost or stolen. Also, ensure that employees are properly trained on HIPAA to reduce compliance risks. If they don't know what is permissible to post on social media, it's a bigger risk for a HIPAA violation. The last thing you'll want from your social media is a lawsuit on your hands. Another disadvantage to social media is how fast false information spreads. 75% of the top health stories in 2018 were misleading and contained false information. On Twitter, false or fake news is 70% more likely to be retweeted than the truth. But this actually gives a benefit to why your organization should use social media in the first place. If your practice uses these platforms, you can help educate patients on health information and combat fake news. People also use the internet to try to self-diagnose themselves. It's easier to Google what their symptoms mean with more health information online. 65% of Americans try to self-diagnose using the internet rather than visiting a medical professional. Except so many conditions have similar symptoms, which is why 74% of these people become stressed over the results of their searches. It isn't beneficial for anyone if patients are using the web to self-diagnose themselves, but if you're on social media, you can provide credible knowledge of conditions and also urge patients to visit a professional rather than just seek answers online. Some people are worried about using social media because of the lack of control that they have. Anyone can say anything, and you may be scared you'll receive negative comments on your business. This is why it's important to have a social media policy so that your employees know how to handle these situations. These policies also inform your employees on what is and isn't appropriate to post. After all, once it's on the internet, it's there forever. And you don't want to risk any employee posting something that would hurt your reputation as a business. Our final disadvantage of social media is that it's time-consuming. If you want to see impactful results, you have to stay consistent. This requires time coming up with a strategy, training individuals on the platforms, and then actually executing. But the more you use social media, the better you'll become at using it. Don't bite off more than you can chew as an organization. If you start small and work your way up to having more channels, it will be easier to handle all that they demand. Using social media can be overwhelming. There are so many factors to consider. While it has so many benefits, there are still disadvantages that you'll want to focus on before diving in. Think about how you'll handle these challenges and come up with a strategy and a social media policy. Once you analyze the pros and cons of using this form of marketing, you'll be able to appropriately use the platforms to have a positive impact on both your practice and your patients. If you'd like to learn more about using social media within healthcare, reach out to eTactics. And you already made it this far into the video, so you might as well like it, share it, and comment below.